In today's training, I will be walking you through how to demonstrate periods of major loss and high inflation and how to compare that to plans that demonstrate how fixed income can help offset shortfalls in a plan. I'm going to start off by creating a what-if plan on the base plan of my test case today. So I'm going to call this one Major Loss and High Inflation Test. I'm going to create this plan and I am going to go into my plan settings here. And I'm going to use my major loss section to create a period of 3 years where I have some custom major loss settings that I'm going to drop into the plan. Now you'll notice here that we have both fixed growth and allocation percentile. If your investment products are using fixed growth versus a portfolio, these will automatically use whichever your plan is using. So for example, if you're growing a product by fixed growth, it'll use these fixed growth settings, and if you're growing a product by a portfolio, it'll use the allocation percentile. So I'm going to do -25 in the first year, and then it'll automatically create the corresponding allocation percentile. I'm going to do -15 in the second year, and then -5 in the third. And you'll notice it just automatically creates the corresponding allocation percentile for you so that you don't have to come up with those figures. I'm going to click done to save. And I'll drop that into the plan in just 1 second. I'll show you how to do that. In my goals section, I want to do this period of high inflation in their first few years of retirement. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up their retirement goal, and I'm going to change this beginning inflation rate to 4%. And I want to have that be 4% for the first 3 years. So I'm going to go to my step section, and I'm going to add a step where I step this down to 2.5% after 3 years. I'm going to add a step, and I'm going to normalize that inflation rate after 3 years. Normalize inflation, and I'm going to set that as my step timing. So just to review, I've got it at 4% for the first 3 years, and then at age 69, I've stepped it down to 2.5, and it'll be 2.5 for the rest of the plan. And you can do that as many times as you want. So if you want to step it up and down kind of throughout the lifetime of the plan and model different periods of high inflation and then normal inflation, you can do that in any of your test scenarios. I'm going to click done to save. And you should notice in our black total need line, we've got a little bump here in these years. Now I'm going to go to my timeline, and I'm going to drop in a period of major loss. So I'm going to go to my plus button, I'm going to go to events, and I'm going to select this major loss event, and I'm going to have that drop into the plan at age 65. So we're doing the major loss 3-year period and the high inflation 3-year period at the same time. And I'm going to click done to save. And another thing is that you could also drop in multiple periods of major loss. So if you wanted to do another one, you could go to your events, do another one, and then schedule that to happen at age 70. And so you could drop these into the plan over the course of several periods. In this example, I'm just going to do one. So we've now got this major loss event happening at age 65, and you can see our retirement goal has refactored, and we're now only meeting our retirement goal 13 out of the 25 years. So if we go to our Let's See chart, you can now see that we've got some shortfall happening in the plan at age 78. And so what I want to do is now create a what-if scenario where we see if we can make up some of that shortfall with some fixed income. So I'm going to create a major loss, high inflation with fixed income. Create this plan, and this is a new what-if scenario. And I'm going to go into my plus button, go into this retirement section, and create a annuity. I'm going to do a future annuity, and this is going to be future, and it's going to be a pension type. It is capital protected. I'm going to do 800,000, 30 years certain, and I'm going to do the timing to be that same year. And payment sources are going to be Marianne's 401k. All right, we're going to click Done to save, and when we turn on the Details button in this 3 factors, you're going to see in green here this annuity pops into the plan at age 65, and you should see now we have more fixed income. So for example, we've got this $142,000 in this year of Social Security, $45,000 of an annuity. And if we go to our Let's See screen, we can now compare this against the plan with no annuity but the major loss. So let's go to Compare Plans Chart View, and we can do major loss high inflation versus major loss high inflation fixed income. So let's just check one of these random years here at the end, where we have at the top here shortfall of $102,000. And that's with just the fixed income of the Social Security coming into the plan. And then in this one, we have shortfall of $66,000, and that's because we have this annuity coming in, picking up some of that shortfall. So it's pretty clear in this view to see how the annuity benefits the client just in its ability to cover more of that shortfall in a scenario where there is a period of major loss and high inflation. So I hope this was helpful, and if you have any questions or you'd like help running one of these scenarios, you can always click the name of your client in the top right, request support, enter your question into the text box, and share client access. We'd be happy to assist you in setting one of these up, and you can always reach out to us at support@planwithvoyant.com. Thanks for listening.